Welcome back, my friends. Now we're going to have a look at a British comedy sitcom. Some of the humour, some of you American people wouldn't understand it, but this was run from 1981 to 2003, and they made 84 episodes, quite a few Christmas specials, and the TV program that I'm talking about is Only Fools and Horses, and I'm going to show you a selection of pictures and talk about them. Now, this is the Three Musketeers, Del Boy, Rodney, and Uncle Grandad. Now, there was the Trotter family, and Del Boy was always out to make a buck and that. And this on the back, this is a couple of pictures from the episodes. There is classic episodes, and it was so funny. So I'm not showing you all of them now. I'm just showing you a select few and that. And this is because they did lose the chap who played Grandad, and they brought in Uncle Albert. Now, the thing with Uncle Albert, he always come up with, during the war, he was on the ships, and every ship he was on, he'd always sunk. So, this one's one of the two of the Christmas specials, the 1986 and 87 Christmas special. So, these are the two, and there's pictures from the Christmas special. So from the next one, because I'm just showing you different selections of them, and this is the 1985 Christmas special. Up hole and back, and there's pictures, and there that chap with the hat, he was a policeman, and he was always trying to catch Del Boy. The chap in the dark glasses, that was Boise. He always had a crazy laugh and that. And Del Boy always used to have a bit of fun with his wife and that. So that's some pictures from that Christmas one. And for our next one, because I'm not doing them in all, this is the episode, the date. This is another Christmas special. And that's Del Boy with I forget what her name was. Another classic. This is when he met her and found out she was a stripper and that. And this is the other Christmas special, because there is classic comedy. A lot of the comedy, well, I mean, there's one episode. The reason why I thought I'd do a talk about it is because I had a disaster a few days ago with a lampshade. And in one of the episodes of Only Fools and Horses, they're at a posh house, and they have to take this lampshade down. So Del Boy and Rodney are on the ladder underneath a certain lampshade, thinking it's the one what Grandad's just unturned and ready to knock down, when he says, "Okay, Grandad," he knocks it down, and it's the other one down the other end what crashes and smashes. And there they are underneath the one with the blanket, trying to save it from falling on the floor, but it's the wrong one they're under. So that's what made me think I've got to do the Only Fools and Horses talk and that. And it starred David Jason and Nicholas Linders. Now, people in America might have heard of David Jason because he's appearing in the new season of Frasier, and he's the English lecturer, and that is a young picture of Nicholas Lingers. And David Jason there, he's been in series A Touch of Frost, and Darling Bodson made the original series, and Nicholas Lingers was in oh God, the detective one. I can't think of the name of it now. For our next one, what we're going to have is A Jolly Boy's Day Out. And this is another Christmas special, but it doesn't tell you what. Oh, it's the 89 one. And this is where they have a jolly day out and they go to Margate. And on the back, you can see their coach blows up and the driver gets drunk and that. And it ends up with a disaster and that, and getting in trouble with the police. Now our next one, what we're going to have a look at, is another Christmas special from 1990. And Rodney Comes Home. And there's Katrina, that's her name. That was Katrina. And there's some photos and that. And I've just picked out a few episodes just to show you and talk about them. And this is the 1991 Christmas special, The Miami Twins. So this is where Del Boy and Rodney end up in Miami, and they get confused to be, the mafia, and people are trying to kill them and that because there's someone who looks like Del Boy. And at the same time, Boise and Marlene's there on holiday. And as you can see from the pictures and that, they was, you got to understand the sense of humour to enjoy this series, because it's so funny. So for another one, it's another Christmas one. This is the 1992 Christmas special, and it's called Mother's Nature's Boy. There you go. And there's some pictures on the back and that. So for our next one, one of the classic ones was where they got there was a funeral, and they went. Well, they was told it was a party and it was fancy dress. So what happened? Rodney and Del Boy in their three-wheeler dressed up as Batman and Robin. Del Boy was Batman and Rodney was Robin, because Rodney was taller than Del Boy. So the car broke down, and as they're trying to run along, this counsellor gets mugged, and it's all misty, and you hear the Batman music, and there you see Rodney and Del Boy running along, to the Batman music, dressed in Batman, and they say the muggers see them, and they sort of run off. So this next one is another Christmas one, Sleepless in Peckham. And this is because it was so funny there, the things they used to get off. Because Del Boy always say, this time next year we'll be millionaires. And one of the characters was a guy called Trigger, and he was a road sweeper. And in one episode, he said he got an award for being a road sweeper. And he said this is the same broom with the same brush. And he said it's been changed so many times. and Trigger always told Rodney, Dave. And Rodney always tried to tell Trigger that his name wasn't Dave, was Rodney. So it was just a running joke because it was so... So this is one that I've just picked out because it's one of the classic episodes. It's called Love a Yoppie because Del Boy always tried to be in a yoppie and that. And this is so funny. This has got one of the classic scenes. Now you can see there's Del Boy and Trigger in this posh bar. And as you can see, there's a counter and the guy lifts off the counter and Del Boy doesn't realise he's opened the counter, leans back and falls down. So this is my look at the Only Fools and Horses, and they did 64 episodes. They even did a because there's a charity run called Red Nose Day, and they did the sketch for that, and in it they had David Beckham, and the story was that they're selling these underpants with the picture of David Beckham on, and Rodney had to go in the market and he had to be the model with it. So what happened in that they got David Beckham got a pair of glasses so no one would recognise him, but this boy came up to him while he's standing in the market, and Rodney and Del Boy are trying to sell them, and he's standing there and there's a cage. Someone moves the cage and David Beckham does the famous fall like in that one episode, and it was so funny because he gets up, looks round and tries to, and there's Rodney and Del Boy saying plonker. You know, it was a very classic comedy, a British classic. I mean, they did 6 seasons of it, and it was so funny. I don't think the Americans would understand the sense of humour because it was so dry, and you had to understand it to appreciate the sense of humour. But it was a brilliant show. They was all fantastic. They even did one when they lost Uncle Albert, a tribute to him and that, and you know, sort of when he passed away, did an episode sort of doing a tribute to him and that. It's like when Grandad died and they did a tribute to him and they went to his funeral, and that's how they got Uncle Albert coming to be there because everybody was trying to get rid of Uncle Albert, so he ended up living with the Trotters in Peckham and that. And another episode of theirs was where there was a riot and Del Boy was in his car with everybody and there were all the riots, and he picked his arm, so the police moved out and the rioters moved out, and it was like the environment of the Nile and that, and they both parted sides. And as he's going through, he says to one of the policemen, I've got your one item ready, pick it up tomorrow. And he says to the other side to one of the other people, oh, your VCR's ready and that. And then when he picked the arm, they all started fighting again. So it was a very good series. I don't think the Americans would understand the sense of humour because it was so dry and you had to understand it. So this is my talk and look at the series of Only Fools and Horses, and they're 64 episodes that they made, and it was very good. They were so funny, Nicholas Lingers and David Jason. They were so good together, and really everybody was, everybody who was in it was so funny. All the people who starred in it, from Boise to Marley to Trigger, Denzel, they was all funny. It was like a family, and it was so good a series and that. So if you enjoyed my little chat about Only Fools and Horses, and if you want to go and watch them, try and have a look at it, have a watch of them. You might, if you might understand the comedy, but it is so dry and that, and so funny. The writer, who is it? John Solomon. He was a brilliant writer. He created a brilliant series. Sadly, they lost him. So this is my look of Only Fools and Horses. The picture of these two chaps, and this is where I say a fond farewell. And if you enjoy my little chat about Only Fools and Horses, and you want to subscribe to the channel, you're more than welcome. It's always your choice. Whenever you watch this, morning, noon and night, take care of yourselves, be good to your loved ones, and I'll catch you on the flip side for more interesting things.